Hi, my name is Daniel Lindstrom. I teach piano, keyboard, and music theory. Music has two basic parts, pitch and rhythm. In this tutorial, I'll explain pitch. White keys are different from each other because of the black key pattern of 2 plus 3. A white key to the left of a set of 2 black keys is different than a white key to the left of a set of 3 black keys. 5 black keys create 7 different white keys. 5 black keys and 7 white keys make one full pattern called an octave. Each of the 7 white keys is named by a letter of the alphabet from A to G. After G, the alphabet repeats because the octave pattern repeats. Black keys do not have a letter name. Octaves are numbered, so keys with the same letter or place in a pattern can be told apart. You only need to remember the letter name of one white key to know all the others, since they follow a pattern. Do this by memorizing the mnemonic, the white key C, then 2 plus 3. The staff is built on the circle and line theory. A circle can be either below a line, on a line, or above a line. Thus one line creates 3 unique places. 2 lines create 5 unique places. Notice that the place above the lower line is the same as the place below the upper line. Thus 2 lines create 5 unique places, not 6, because 2 places overlap. Music is written on a 5-line staff. The result is 5 line places and 6 space places for a total of 11 places for 11 white keys. Clefs mean the exact same thing as writing a letter and octave number on a line. A clef is a symbol placed on a line that marks that line as a specific letter and octave. The treble clef marks the line that goes through its circle as G in octave 4. The bass clef marks the line that goes through its 2 dots as F in octave 3. Since the alphabet is a known pattern, only one line needs to be marked to mark all the others. A staff with a treble clef marks the lines and spaces as the letters D4 to G5, and a staff with a bass clef marks the lines and spaces as the letters F2 to B3. Notice that going up on the staff goes forward through the alphabet and to the right on the keyboard. Going down on the staff goes backward through the alphabet and to the left on the keyboard. Instead of only going from the clef to the notes, you should know the mnemonic for both clefs. The mnemonic for the treble clef is "Every good boy does fine." The first letter of each word in this phrase is the letter name of each of the 5 lines of the treble staff, from low to high. For the bass clef, the mnemonic is "Great bassists deserve fame always." The first letter of each word in this phrase is the letter name of each of the 5 lines of the bass staff, from low to high. This mnemonic for the bass clef is the best one out there in my opinion because it refers to a bassist who plays the lowest part in music, usually written with the bass clef. This way you can always remember which mnemonic is for which clef. The mnemonic with the word bassist in it is for the bass clef. A sharp is part of a group of signs called accidentals. A sharp is written on a line or space in front of a note and means to play the next key higher instead of the key written. Sharps mean the same regardless of whether the substitute will be a black key or white key. This is why there are 2 white key sharps, B sharp and E sharp. The next accidental is the flat. The flat means the opposite of the sharp. A flat written on a line or space in front of a note means to substitute the next key lower instead of the key written. There are 2 white key flats, C flat and F flat. The natural sign cancels the other accidentals. A natural written on a line or space in front of a note means to play the white key as written, without any change. There are 4 accidental rules. The first rule is accidentals cannot be added together. A sharp plus a sharp is still one sharp. The second rule is the closest accidental changes the note. So a sharp followed by a flat before a note makes the note flat because the flat is closest to the note. The third rule is measure lines cancel all accidentals not part of a key signature. So the first 2 G's are flat, then the measure line cancels the accidental and makes the third G natural. The fourth and last rule is key signatures change all notes with the same letter name. When a key signature accidental is written on a line or space, it changes all notes with the same letter name as the line or space. They do not have to be written on the same line or space as each note. Before finding the notes of a song, you need to do 2 things. A. Find middle C, and then B. Find the clef. After that, you're ready to find the notes by repeating steps 1 and 2 for each note. Whether you choose to find the note with the mnemonic or by the clef is up to you. Then include accidentals or key signature, if any. The mnemonic for the treble clef is "Every good boy does fine." The note is the next letter above boy or B, which is C. There is a sharp written on the C space before the note, so the note is C sharp. The clef is the treble clef, and since our note is above the clef, we go forward through the alphabet. G, A, B, C, and our note is C. There is a sharp written on the C space before the note, so the note is C sharp. The mnemonic for the bass clef is "Great basses deserve fame always." The note is the next letter above deserve, or D, which is E. There are 2 flats in the key signature, one of which is E, so the note is E flat. The clef is the bass clef, and since our note is below the clef, we go backward through the alphabet. F, E, and our note is E. There are 2 flats in the key signature, one of which is E, so the note is E flat. The mnemonic for the bass clef is "Great basses deserve fame always." The note is bassist, or B. There's a sharp written on the B line before the note, so the note is B sharp. The clef is the bass clef, and since our note is below the clef, we go backward through the alphabet. F, E, D, C, B, and our note is B. There's a sharp written on the B line before the note, so the note is B sharp. The mnemonic for the treble clef is "Every good boy does fine." The note is the next letter above good, or G, which is A. There's a flat written on the A space before the note, so the note is A flat. The clef is the treble clef, and since our note is above the clef, we go forward through the alphabet. G, A, and our note is A. There's a flat written on the A space before the note, so the note is A flat.